Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of JavaScript tutorial. In this episode, I'm going to show you another use of JavaScript. You can use JavaScript for HTML form validation. So here, this example demonstrates how to use JavaScript for a simple HTML form validation. So here, we are going to make some date of birth validation using JavaScript. Enter a valid date of birth, add some input method, input, and here the input is date of birth, so the input type is number. Specify some ID for the input. I name it as DOB. Now we need some button, so add a button and the type is button, and specify some on click method for the button. Name it as check DOB. This is a JavaScript function call, and close the button. Now save this document and open it in browser and refresh it. Okay, now we have an input and a button. Now we have to specify some script. We have to define this method called check DOB. So here we need to specify some script. Close the script. First we have to specify the function. Before that, here simply add some paragraph, add a new paragraph. Specify some ID for the paragraph. ID equal to, I name it as IT underscore message. Okay, now we have to define this method called check DOB. So add a new function. Check DOB. Define some variable var, name it as var dob equal to document dot get element by id, and here the date of birth input id is dob. Specify that one, dob, and get the value from that input. So value, so we got the date of birth on this variable called var dob. Now define some other variable var message. Now we have to perform the validation, so we need some if loop. First we have to check whether the date of birth is a number or not. That is the first condition. So is not a number, this is the first condition, and pass that variable var dob. Now specify the second condition, var dob less than 1920. Now specify the third condition, var dob greater than 2010. In that case, variable message equal to invalid date of birth. Try again. Otherwise, that means on else part, var message equal to date of birth is fine. Simply okay, date of birth is okay. And finally we have to assign this message on this paragraph tag. So document dot get element by id, and the id of the paragraph is id message. Specify that one, id message dot inner html equal to variable message. Now we can test this one. Okay, now we can put some invalid date of birth. I put some invalid date of birth and click submit. Now the invalid date of birth, and try again. Now put some valid date of birth 1987 and click submit. Date of birth is okay. So this is another use of JavaScript. You can use JavaScript for simple HTML form validation.